name is Rhonda Hickman, and my position is I'm a CNA here, a CRCA, and I work here at the Legacy, English Station Road. Okay. I started smoking at the age of 23. That's when I had my first child at the age of 16. Stressful, trying to raise a baby and go to school at the same time. So that's when I picked up tobacco use at the age of 23. It helped my stress levels, and I kept continuing until I turned the age of 59. I am 59 years old, and I no longer use tobacco use.
Good, awesome. Tell us a little bit about, you said you had a family history of colon
Yes.
cancer. Can we talk
Okay.
about that?
Yes. Um, in my family, I have a history of colon cancer, pancreas cancer, stomach cancer. My dad had it. Um, I was diagnosed with can- can- carcinary tumor, which is a form of a cancer that forms in your rectum. I was diagnosed with that last year in July. I had a colonoscopy done, and my doctor diagnosed me. And he had called me on the phone and stressed to me that I need to stop smoking because I had a cancer in my rectum, and he had removed it. I had to go through a numerous of cancer tests, blood tests, to make sure it hadn't spread through my body. Uh, that was the main reason. That was one of the main reasons why I told myself I couldn't smoke anymore, because of my grandchildren are my number one priority in my life, and my children. I wanted to be able to see them grow up, and that's the reason why I stopped smoking.
So, when you were using tobacco,
Mhm.
did you feel like it couldn't happen to you?
Um,
Or what, I guess, what was it about tobacco that kept you going and hooked when you knew that others around you, your family
uh,
members, were being diagnosed with cancers?
I knew the uh, I knew the harms of it, what it can do to you, and I knew I was harming other my family members around me while I was smoking. It was just like a security to me, something I can turn to that would calm me and relax me, because I knew drugs was an instant killer, and I figured that tobacco, it would it's one in a million that I would get cancer. It's not. I just felt like tobacco was the only thing that didn't cause cancer. I felt like foods or the air we breathe cause cancer, but I feel like, well, it can. Everybody's body's different, and it won't touch me. But I was wrong. It did touch me.
Interesting. That's awesome. All right. Let's talk a little bit about your quitting, because you did say that you just quit cold turkey, and that's hard for people. So talk about your quit experience.
My quitting tobacco use was very, very hard and very, very stressful. Uh, it was the urge and the needing it and wanting it. Uh, to get me through it, I kept looking up how to take breathing exercises. And every time I had the urge, I would take a deep breath in and out, and I practiced that. And then I would think of my grandchildren and my kids that I want to be in their life. So that kept gave me the strive to want to stop and don't pick it up. So every time I got the urge, I just kept breathing and thinking of them and thinking about the horrible disease, cancer, that the doctors had removed from me. So that's the reason why I was like, it was really hard and stressful getting through this tobacco use. It's very hard, but you got to have the willpower and the faith to believe in God can help you also get through it. If you talk to Him, He will help you get through it.
Awesome. Let's see. How much money do
Ew.
you think you spent per week?
I was spending about on tobacco use a week.
Yeah, that's a lot.
That's a lot. And when I calculated that up a year, I'm like, oh my God, the things I could have had or bought with the money for using the tobacco. But now that I don't use tobacco, and for each pack that I bought every day, I would treat myself to something that I really want to eat, or I really want to like to wear, or anything accessories. That's what I use the money for.
Mm-hmm.
Good, that's fun. Um, how do you feel quitting tobacco has affected your work performance or the way you feel?
Oh, quitting the tobacco use, how it worked, affected me is that I can walk longer. My lungs are strengthening. They're really strong. Um, I feel like that when I'm talking to someone, if someone comes up to me and talks to me or generally or asks me questions, I don't have to feel like I have to hold my breath back because I knew that my breath smelled of tobacco and I knew it was a horrible smell to them. So it's really helped me along with my job performance. I feel a whole lot stronger and better each day that I'm not using tobacco.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Do you feel comfortable in talking a little bit now about are you cancer free? You know, have you had any
Um,
problems since you've had the removal of the
um,
tumor?
I am, so far, I am cancer free. Um, I still have to see my cancer doctor every 6 months to check and make sure that the cancer hasn't returned. Each day I worry about it, that it might return because the kind of cancer that I have, it's called carcinoid tumors, and carcinoid tumors will go all over your body. They are hidden where they can't see it, even with the machine. So they draw my blood, and I have to eat certain foods that have antioxidants in it, high in fiber. Uh, it's not a day go by I don't worry about it. I do think about it, but I try to prevent myself from getting in that situation ever again.
I'll talk about, if you have a message for tobacco users,
Mm-hmm.
or especially those right now that are maybe being drawn in with e-cigarettes or vaping,
Right.
and what you might want to tell them.
Um, my message is that what I learned from tobacco use, and to those who are still using tobacco, even though you know that it is harmful to your body, think of the life that you can have without it, the air that you can breathe. Um, it's not only harmful to you, it keeps you from striving from what you want to do in life and the appearance of the way you look, the way you act. It can control you, so don't let something control you that will kill you. And you know it will take you out of this life. Just pray and have strength and keep going and just say, I don't want it. You have to have the willpower to say that you don't want it. E-cigarettes, they don't work. Don't let people tell you they do. They don't. Just make the situation even worse to make you want to have the nicotine and the actual puffing of the cigarette in your hand. So I asked all you smokers out there, be strong, try your best, and strive not to use tobacco because in the long run you will feel a whole lot better.
I'd like to know, do you feel, and I want you to be completely honest,
Hmm.
but do you feel that Trilogy is, I know that we have been a new organization to
Hmm.
you because you've been here for so long, but do you feel like Trilogy really tries to support our employees, or we advocate for employees to quit, and we try to create an environment where we don't want tobacco use?
Um, yes, for me, when Trilogy came through to take us over here, this other company, uh, I feel like Trilogy helped me too because it was a non-smoking company. and the facilities are not smoking also. So it's really hard to try to smoke when it's a policy on the campus, and you know if you get caught, you know you'll get trouble. So that is a very good way to really stop smoking because you know you can't do it. If you can wait hours and not smoke, well, I can't get a smoker to break or I can't get a smoker to after work, then you can stop smoking. You really can. You can stop. It's all in your mind. That's all it is. So Trilogy helped me a whole lot by not using tobacco use.